How the fuck do you pick a favorite Kenpachi Zaraki moment? It's pretty hard to do. There's only two possibilities. You either pick every fight he's been in, or none of the fights he's been in, because it's like one of those characters, very straightforward. He's the bloodthirsty guy, doesn't really think in combat, he just wants to cut things up and then, you know, lick the blood from his blade. You know, a bunch of anime and manga have that kind of character. Usually they don't have a lot of character development to begin with, and Kenpachi was kind of falling in that vein up until the final arc when he was giving some stuff of character development, not like a huge amount or anything. Like, we learned about his backstory and his little connection with Unohana. That's like the most we get. But other than that, he's just a bloodthirsty fucking monster, and it's kind of character if you like him, you're gonna love it. It's like, this is amazing, I love this character. Or it's gonna be like, you know, I don't like this character, I just don't enjoy what Kubo's going with him, and he's just like this bloodthirsty maniac, I really don't care for him that much. Now, with that being said, it's really hard, because every time I try to think of a favorite moment for Kenpachi, I can think of 3 other moments that are just as awesome. Alright, like, I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna go with the time that he cut Noitora in half by using his ultimate technique of using 2 hands to hold his sword. And that was a pretty kick-ass moment. But like, oh wait, no. Then there was the moment he summoned his fucking Shikai to slice a meteor in half. Like, okay, that was pretty badass. Oh no, then there was the time he fought against Ichigo, and you have the skull aura coming off him, he sliced up a fucking building. Like, all these scenes, like, I mean, if you're just going by pure power, like, Nozarashi would win, because, you know, cutting up a meteor is obviously the biggest thing he's ever fought against before. But, you know, there's also, like, the epicness that plays in the background, like the music and everything going on. And, well, Nozarashi was in the manga, but I did see some pretty good fan animations of it on YouTube. You know what, I gotta go with, in this case, I gotta go with nostalgia. I gotta go with what I remember watching Bleach for the first time, and that has to be the Noitora fight. I have to go with that. Nozarashi's awesome! No, not saying it isn't! Not saying his fight against, the Stern Ritters, where he fucking impales them all on fucking sword and just carries them and drops them at their fucking king's feet. You know, that wasn't awesome at all. It was. But I gotta go with the first time watching that fight with him and Noitora. Invasion was playing in the background, and he just like, you know what, I think I might actually die here. Okay, I'll take this guy on. 2 hands! And then fucking game over, man. Game over. So I'm gonna go with that. Alright. As for my least favorite moments, this one's a little bit more easier to pin down. It's the moment Yuha had him up by his freaking throat. And that was pretty painful to watch. Does it make sense? Of course it does. Now, there's a little bit of a misconception here about whether or not that was actually Yuha or that was Royd disguised as Yuha. And most people would probably just say it's Royd, because Royd disguised himself as Yuha using the Yourself power, and then Yamamoto arrived and fought against Royd. Here's the thing that throws a little bit of a wrench into that theory. You have Yuha holding up Kenpachi, then Yamamoto shows up. But right before Yamamoto starts fighting him, 3 Stern Ritter, I believe it was Asnot, Nanana, and Basby all jump Yamamoto at the same time. And Yamamoto, he takes them all out in an instant, but he kind of has to, like, divert his attention away during that time. It's entirely possible that that's when Royd and Yuha made the switch, and then Yuha went off to go find what's going on with Aizen, and then Royd took his place. It's entirely possible that's what happened. Either way, because, you know, because it doesn't make any sense, because Kenpachi had no fucking problems taking out 3 Stern Ritters, but he was having problems with one of them? Now, the problem with Royd was that he can only mimic the memories of somebody. He couldn't mimic their entire, their abilities, their powers, like, on the level. That was something that Lloyd could do, and Kenpachi killed Lloyd! So, I'm like, I'm gonna say that's what happened. It was the switch out, and then Yuha is the one that actually took out Kenpachi, just for dignity's sake. But even in that situation, seeing him, oh god, don't show that! It's so fucking painful to look at. Oh, man. Anyway, what are your favorite and least favorite moments from Kenpachi Zaraki? Try to think about it for a minute. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard, because you'll be sitting there like, oh, that moment for sure. Oh, but wait, then that moment was damn. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, there you go. Favorite Kenpachi, least favorite Kenpachi Zaraki moments. Hope you enjoyed. Next time is gonna be my favorite captain, Mayuri Kuretsuchi. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be fun.